January. That's quick.
This guy, man.
Why
Absolutely.
do you have to ruin your
Listen,
turn
listen,
up 10 minutes late?
listen. I'm at Paradise today. Florian Wirtz is a Liverpool player. Yesterday, I had to keep my mouth shut. TK. Yesterday in the office. Today, I'm in my home office. You know, we can talk about Florian Wirtz now. 150 million. FSG. Let's be having you, like D.D. Smith used to say. Where are you? Let's be having you now. Where's all those FSG outers now? Where are all those FSG outers now? Come on the chat now. FSG out this, John Henry this, you suck on Linda's this and that, whatnot, Bob's not. Where are you guys now? Tell me, talk to me now. Where are you guys now?
I thought you're not well.
150 million euros we are spending, a British transfer record.
So after that introduction, he just has a little sip of water, and then he's supposed to cut it on. You're supposed to introduce the guys, ask the guys how they are.
I'm not well today. I'm not well. I've got.
If that is you not well, then I want to see you well.
I think I've got COVID. Pata nahi kya hua hai. I've got a runny nose in the summer.
How many times have you
It's
had
34
COVID?
degrees here. It's 34 degrees where I live, and I've got a flu. Can you believe that?
Serious question. How many times have you had COVID?
This is my 6th time.
6th. Yeah. How many boosters have you had? About 10.
I've never. I can't talk about vaccination.
Why can't you?
I can't do it here.
I'm an anti-vaxxer.
I can't blatantly say it out in this country.
Oh, you can't. You get
actually Vanch is correct. Vanch, and I'm in charge of the comments today, guys. So I'm back. I actually do have a weak metabolism, unfortunately. I do pick up flus and colds very, very quickly. But listen, I'm over the moon. Yesterday, I couldn't express my true feelings. Big up to Akil and Jake who were on the show alongside yourselves. I know you lot went at 10 p.m., but I'm ecstatic. It will be done. There is no question about this deal falling through. No medical issues. This ain't Nabil Fakir or Fakir Friday. It hopefully will be Florian Friday, hence the title from Asim. Great work on the thumbnail for once, Asim. Good work for once in a while that you're doing. But yeah, look,
the hosting, I have to do the thumbnails, I have to create the links. It's a good job. If there's ever like a one-man team on the BNR, I think it's me. But anyway, carry on.
Yeah.
Carry on. Big up, guys. Big up Asim. Oh, thank you very much, Pico. I'm glad you met.
This actually, big up Ibs, by the way. This is actually Chip and Chin. So actually, me and Gina should be doing the hosting. And we'll get some thoughts. We'll go straight into it. No, we'll go straight into it. Gina, I'll take over today. Koi baat nahi. You do your shift, I do my shift. Koi baat nahi. What's duties between brothers when we have our own show, standalone show? Unfortunately, you don't have that. Asim, you need a running partner. You'll get there sometime soon. Don't worry.
Why do I keep getting invited on the show?
Before we get
to Chip and Chin, leave it as a Chip and Chin.
Asim, quiet.
There is no denying. There is no denying you have a massive account, and rightly so on Twitter. I'm manipulating you. That's what it's called. It's called manipulation at its finest. I'm using your clout. I'm using your clout on your own channel.
You're using me. You know what? It's a good job. I enjoy your company, lads. I'm happily.
Avi, the truth is, everybody finds him boring. He likes this stat bullshit. Hey, left, right. They don't come for that. They come for Rodashka.
Zone 14.
Zone 14.
Space eater, Pac-Man eater, bug eater.
You missed the new one.
The new one.
The positionless 10.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't like that. I don't like the tone. I don't like the tone of it. No.
What do you mean to scream down the flipping mic?
Thanks, guys, for everyone who's giving me Atik Sadiq. Thank you, guys. I do need to get my vitamin D checks and all, orange juice and whatnot. But guys, before I start, and I will do the hosting today, we will get into Florian Wirtz. One thing, I have to give him the biggest shout out. I've mentioned his name constantly, but I have to give him a separate shout out. Kieran Thorne. In 2020, when I was at the Day Trippers, we were talking about, used to have this show called the 5 Yard Scouting Show. Kieran Thorne
scouting show.
It was a very good friend of mine. It was quite a good show, actually. We cut a few.
What was the significance of 5 yards? Was that 5 people on the show? Or?
No, 5 Yards used to be the sponsor of the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was a scouting show, and the first time I had heard of Florian Wirtz was through Kieran Thorne in the comments. He said, "Guys, watch out for this player, young German starlet Florian Wirtz." So Kieran Thorne, I am giving your flowers today. And very rarely do I give anyone flowers for youngsters, because I believe I am the oracle when it comes to unearthing gems. The proof is in the pudding. These two will not deny it. They will accept it. But I have to give you your flowers when it comes to Florian Wirtz. But I know Gina as well for the last 18 months has raved about Florian Wirtz as well, and said that he would be the dream 10. Did we expect to ever be in this position? If we really think about it, no. But I'm so glad that we are. Anyway, those little credits and whatnot, gratitudes are done. The second story, Asim, I want to come to you, is which I broke 2.5 weeks ago, was that Bayer Leverkusen wanted Jarell Quansah in a separate deal. It wasn't going to be ever included in the Florian Wirtz exchange deal or swap deal. Plus, we were giving parting way with a lot of money. Jarell Quansah doesn't fancy the move. Why is that? That's what sources have told me.
Oh, okay.
And if you are believing me, you would also give me credit that I was the first one on the show exclusively said that Quansah is the player, not Harvey Elliott, who's interested in Leverkusen. He doesn't fancy the move, Asim. Can you give me your reasons why he wouldn't want to join one of Germany's big teams, especially in recent years? I know Ten Hag is coming in charge. I know they'll go through a little bit of a transition and a reset themselves. But first team football in the German Bundesliga, he doesn't really fancy it.
Which is a bit of a surprise. You'd think he's, at that age, 22, you want to play football. He comes across as a driven, young man. Every time he talks about in interviews, he's been really, really focused. I want to play for the team and stuff like that. But am I surprised that he doesn't want to play abroad for that sort of team who are like fighting for the challenging for the title? I think so. But if he wants to stay and his reason is that I want to fight for the first team, then you have to respect that. How realistic it is, and I highly doubt that he breaks into the first team, Avi. I think, first of all, he needs to get stronger. He needs to get quicker. And I think he needs to get mentally strong as well. I'm worried about him when he makes a mistake. He's a young kid, like he's going to cry. Like, with all due respect, just to coin Gene's term as well that he got told off about last night. But when I see that sort of player and he gives me that vibe, it frustrates me, Avi. I don't give a crap if you made a mistake. You roll your sleeves up and you make sure it doesn't happen again. And I think still that first day at Ipswich, I think it affected him mentally as well. And he hardly probably recovered from that, situation where he got subbed off at half time. Because this manager, especially if you are a big team, you're going to press really high up. And in that first half, Avi, it set up the tone for the season. In the first half, it was the 4-2-4 pressing structure where your team is a bit conservative. We played shite. Second half, he put Konate on, and Konate allowed us to go 5 yards further up the field and press in a different way where you have to be a lot more reliant on players like Konate to win their duels. Now, this manager, you go and play every single one of his press conferences. He talks about dueling a lot. He talks about the speed of the team and the aggressive nature of the team. Those two terms, or those two words, he mentions a lot. Is he aggressive enough? I don't think so. Later on in the season, where you saw the previous season where Quansah, one thing you said about him and described him, Avi, when we were all waxing lyrical about this youngster guy, is he's calm, he's collected, he's assured. He was everything but that later on when he lost confidence. Whether it was a loss of confidence, whether that he just got found wanted in a league and his level just averaged out, maybe, and people and teams targeted him, Avi. You could see goal kicks going that way. You could see the striker. Every striker does it, but especially when you've got Quansah and Van Dijk or Quansah or Ibu, where the striker would go there, the midfielders would go there and crowd him because he got targeted. So I'm surprised, but if someone wants to fight for their first team place, who am I to say, look, you're a deluded bugger? If he wants to fight, let's see if he can break it into the team and set an impression on the manager and changes the manager's mind. How much he's going to get in terms of minutes, I'm not so sure, because I think ultimately Liverpool want a new centre-back this summer.
Gene, alluding to. I want to come back to you, Gene, with this. Alluding to the Jarell Quansah situation, he said, Asim saying that, who am I to argue that he wants to fight for his place? He's 21, 22 years old. Hassan is coming in with, he's not good enough for us. But he's 22. Will he get the regular football that a young defender needs at a club like Liverpool, especially with Konate, Van Dijk, and then there's obviously talk of us wanting to bring, well, I think it's quite evident that we wanted to bring in Dean Huijsen, but we couldn't get that deal over the line. He chose to play at Madrid. Will he get those opportunities, Gene, to develop his game and to become a mainstay in this Liverpool team? Because right now, I can't see it. Your thoughts?
Look, Avi, I mean, a couple of years ago, when Konate got injured, I always felt as though he was going to get a chance because there was always a chance he was going to get injured. So, but if we bring in another centre-back, then his chances are going to be limited. And for a 22-year-old who've managed to get into the England squad, World Cup year coming up, he in his head, he's probably thinking, I need to be playing a lot more football. He probably ideally wants to stay in England. But I'm surprised that if a move came up to Leverkusen, that he'd say no to Leverkusen. I think it's more on the club. I think he'd probably jump at the chance to go to Leverkusen. If I'm honest with you, a top German side where he's going to get football week in, week out, World Cup year, he can sort of try to, in his head, try and play as many games and hopefully make the squad. Because England's centre-back options aren't great. We all know that. They've still got Maguire playing. I know but if we bring in a Gay, Avi, then the writing's on the wall for him. And the reason why I was trying to cut in, because you've been speaking about Quansah over the last couple of years, Avi, before everybody else, before he actually broke into the team, you used to say Quansah's coming through. He's a fantastic player, fantastic centre-back. We gave you the flowers because, he made the team. And to be fair, he was number one starter. He actually became number one over Konate at the start of the season, albeit for half a game, and it just went all wrong. We know psychologically there's been a lot going on in his private life. We've seen stuff come out, obviously in social media and all that type of stuff. For a 21, 22-year-old kid, it feels like all of this has come to him at a certain time. He got left out of the squad, couldn't really get in with all of this. Sometimes a player needs to be taken out and then slowly brought back in, or taken out, go somewhere else, do your thing, like Harvey Elliott. There's other players that have played for, gone on loan, done a decent season, come back and kicked on. I think he needs that. I think he needs a move. Personally, Avi, he's 22 to prove he's good enough to play for us. He has to go.
Would a loan move not be beneficial? I think the Liverpool hierarchy, the coaches, I think they do rate him to some extent. We saw the Ipswich game, Asim, and you did a very early on the season thread on it, days after the game, the 2-0, of why he was brought off, and Konate for that physical presence. And I know Jacob Greaves of Ipswich was winning headers at set pieces early on in that game. Would it not be beneficial for the club for him to, because I do believe he was fast-tracked a little bit in that Klopp season when he broke through and he got ahead of Konate, and myself was getting overexcited, and I'd seen a little bit of him, not seen a little bit of him, but you'd heard good reviews on him at Bristol Rovers and the England under 19s, under 21s, and thought, this kid, he does look as if he's got the confidence, he's got that aura to come in, not to be the next Verd, not to highlight him as the next sort of Verge or Konate, but he was going to be Jarell Quansah. I think he was fast-tracked in that season a little bit. We did get ahead of ourselves. Last season, he didn't get the chances, and the chances that he did get, there was always that chance. I think the Brighton game comes to mind, the League Cup, isn't it? With that quick sort of 2-3 minute transition, and they had scored 2-3 goals, and Quansah came off Quansah's backside, and then he just couldn't get going, and I think he had to be subbed off. Is it not beneficial, Asim, that he goes out on loan, a good year of Premier League football, and then we can assess at 23?
I see what you're saying. I think they might have to make that call later on in the window. I think it's still very early days. And I think that's why they've put a 50 million price tag on him. If they get that or anything close to that, Avi, I think they'll take it. These guys are, shrewd.
Sorry, how much are you saying we're talking fee-wise?
I think they put a 50 million price tag on him.
Gina, 50?
40, I accept.
I think you're both way off.
I think
you'd be good if you get 30 for 50 million. Listen, you can get Loic Bade from Seville for about 30-35 million, and he's more accomplished than Jarell Quansah, yeah.
50 million
English tax.
There's English tax.
Yeah, there's English tax if he's played for England, isn't it? He hasn't played for England. You can't just say English tax for every
been
fucking
in
Tom,
the
Dick, and
squad a
Harry
few
player that
times.
comes through and say English tax because he's British. He has to have England. The whole reason people say English tax is because he's played a couple of caps for England.
I think 40 plus add-ons will get you it, Avi.
I'm amazed. I'm shocked. Maybe I'm wrong. In the comments, either I'm a complete idiot or these boys are.
Avi, there was a report. Million. There was a report from Germany today.
50 million. Wow. I think
Avi, he's English. Avi, look, with respect, and look, I'm not saying what you have to try to understand is if somebody is English and he's played at 22, played, in a squad of Liverpool.
Oh, he's played a handful of games, Yard. How many games has he played in his career?
Son, before you flip. Yeah, he's played half a season. There is potential there. We all know there's decent potential there, and you pay for potential. And if he's going to go to an English side, I think Avi, we've received fees for players that have played less and that are not English. Brewster never played a game for us. He got 28 million for him, Yard.
Brewster was coming off a 12 in 13 for Swansea, and there was that reputation of with Brewster because the under 18s in India when they won the World Cup with Sancho and everyone.
English centre backs are hard to find. There's not many around that are good enough and that have a ceiling. He definitely has a ceiling.
Would you add a buyback clause for Quansah if you could?
Asim, I would send him out on loan. That's my theory. Okay. Send him out on loan to a Premier League team. A Leeds would be brilliant. They just come up. Daniel Farke, if they keep him,
he needs to tighten up, and that's what he needs to do.
But I think Quansah needs that. Quansah needs to be in the thick of the action, whether he makes the grade or not. He can't have a season where he's in a comfortable defense, and he needs to be where it's rushed at him. He needs to be in a team where they will give up chances, because that's when you really see whether he can shine and come through it and get raving reviews, even though the team might be conceding goals.
Bournemouth, Avi.
I think.
Can he play the Dean Huijsen role?
He's good with the ball. We've seen he's decent on the ball. That's one thing you can't begrudge him. He's actually very good on the ball.
Only if Zabani stays. If Zabani leaves, you can't expect Quansah to lead the line.
But then they're going to have to sign another centre. They're going to have to sign him out there, wherever they get. I think Bournemouth would be a decent move for him.
Zach is saying 50 million is a fair price. Young defender, played in Europe, played loads in 23-24. I'm not sure. Okay, well, I think there's yes and no's answers.
What would you think the transfer fee should be or will be if he goes?
30 million, Asim.
30 million pounds.
Maybe I'm just stuck on that because of the Harvey Elliott. I've been stuck on the 30 million Harvey Elliott. And I could be totally wrong as well. You guys could be like, you guys could be laughing at me in a couple of weeks and saying, listen, we told you so. But I don't know.
I just think Edwards and Hughes would...
Asim, 50 million. How much was Huijsen going for, guys?
He had a release clause of 55 million.
That
was the thing. He's played a full season.
How much would you really paid for Huijsen anyway? 50 million max?
50 million max, yeah.
So we're saying that Quansah's on that level. Forget English tax for
no, he's not on that level, no.
Is he 40 million?
Would you have said he's on the same level a year ago at the start of last season?
We didn't see too much of Huijsen back then either, Gina.
No. Would Quansah have... No, forget Huijsen. Would Quansah have been a £50 million player at the start of last season? I think he would have been. There's no doubt about that, Asim. Before we saw that half a season that he gave us with Van Dijk, before that game started, and he's a starter for Liverpool Football Club at that time, I think teams would have paid 50 million quid for him. Maybe not worth, but teams would have paid that amount.
Asim, I've got a question.
Before you got a question, Mark Gahey, obviously 2 years older, more established, plays for England, but Gahey, Newcastle offered £60 million for him.
Last summer.
Yeah. 60 million for Gahey.
You had something on Gahey, but hold on to that. A quick question then to you before we move on. If you had the choice of selling either one or the other, Gomez or Quansah this summer?
Ooh, good question.
Selling.
I'm good at that.
I'd sell Quansah. Maybe for the fact that I think Gomez is more versatile than Quansah. And we've got... Yeah. Just to put it simple terms.
Gomez.
Ooh.
So you've gone against okay.
Who would you sell?
I've always loved Joe Gomez. So I'll keep Joe Gomez. And I've raved about Quansah. But if I had to sell one,
Joe Gomez is gonna be fit for about 2
and he only played and Gene, look, the sensible answer is what Gina's saying, to be fair, Asim. He only played 17 games last season. We saw that
True.
injury against Plymouth Argyle in the cup. But a lot of, I
But
think
could there be a situation, guys, where we receive offers that we cannot refuse for both of them?
Yes. I think this summer we will get, and I think we will get some offers for both of them this summer.
Last week I said that Liverpool would sell Joe Gomez for 25 million.
25 million?
Which
How many
is
years does he have left on his contract?
Which is great money. Regardless of that, Asim, he's just
I think Liverpool won't stand in the way if Joe Gomez. I think he's been a good servant to the club. And there's been some times when Liverpool needed him, and he's actually stayed at the club as well. So I think they won't stand in his way. There was some talk about Palace interest in Gehi. If Gehi goes to Newcastle, I was told there was no interest from Crystal Palace last year. I don't know about now.
Staying on centre back subjects.
Okay.
Loic Bede, his name has popped up this summer, last summer too. Plays at Seville now. Was scouted like they all are, or monitored like every young gem is at Lens. You've got a bit something on Gehi, didn't you?
Look, that was just a pure prediction. Feeling. No, it's not a feeling. A prediction.
What's the prediction?
Feeling is when you get something.
The fuck's the same thing, man?
No. Why is it the same thing?
You should be fucking ripping him. If this was me,
why is it?
You be lagotakami.
No. Can't you work out the difference?
Let him finish. Let me drain now. No. I'm gonna drain now. No, to be fair, I was thinking that feeling is when he's got some information.
There you go.
I'll be straight. That's why he puts Florian feelings, Kerkez feelings, or whatever feeling he's bloody getting, yeah? Right? And the rest of it is bullshit.
Words in my mouth, Gene.
Avi, I think we need to have a go at him, innit? He's coming on our show. I think we need to drain.
Yeah, he's trying to snook at me, man. He's trying to snook at me. Someone clip me.
Yo, Stephen Hendry, innit? Stephen Hendry.
Avi,
your prediction?
I just thought it's an FSG signing.
Okay.
1 year left on his contract. 24, homegrown, English, left foot, right centre back. He can do shifts at right back, shifts at left back. He can play in a 3. He can play in a 4. Versatile.
Can he be a channel defender?
Not as good as Konate. But he can do a job. And look, Avi, if Gomez, if Konate, I don't want him to be the Konate replacement. Let me make that clear. But if we have to sell Gomez or Quansah, we have to get someone in. Then I would be happy for Gehi to be our 3rd or 4th choice centre-back. And he can be a utility player, especially if Gomez leaves. Because I see more of Gomez in him rather than Jarell Quansah. So I thought it makes sense. But the moment I tweeted it, there's a journalist who follows me, DM'd me and said there is no interest from Liverpool when it comes to Mark Gehi. But then he did add on the next message saying, look, that was last year. But I've got nothing on it on this year. But we had Stiho from the Redmen TV about a couple of weeks ago, and he said, I think Liverpool do Mark Gehi at centre-back. He goes, I just think a deal that ticks a lot of boxes. So it may be one to keep an eye on.
World Cup season, Gene. Gehi, he'll be second fiddle surely at the beginning of the season to Konate and Van Dijk, no?
100%, and he's a starter for England. So I can't see he's going to want some sort of assurances. I think he can go to practically most of the clubs in England right now because of his 1 year left on his contract. There's always all the teams practically do need cover in that centre back area. So
do you both rate him?
Who?
Gehi.
You know, he's a weird one, man, because there's times when I've seen him for England, and I think he's been fantastic. But been fantastic when he's played. Then I don't know. You know,
I take him as a squad player.
Oh yeah, I think everybody would take him as a squad player. Without a shadow of a doubt, £40 million squad player, you would take him all day long. Whether is he going to be good enough to break into the 2? No, but he's definitely one that I would take. But Asim, would he come as a squad player? I can't see him coming as a squad player to Liverpool.
1 year left on your contract, and you're playing at Crystal Palace with all due respect.
No, meaning there'll be other clubs after him.
What you say with all due respect? Look at the season that they've had, Asim.
Yeah, but it's chalk and cheese between Palace and Liverpool, isn't there?
First team football to becoming a squad team player.
But
World Cup season.
But he might be thinking, you know what, Konate gets injured a lot. I can maybe come in and if one of Gomez or Quansah leaves, I've got a chance to play a lot of games.
I think it's interesting
that's the way you should be looking at it.
I think it's interesting to see what Tuchel said. I think post Senegal game or pre Senegal game, he said that he's looking for players who are playing regular football. He's not going to do favoritism, although he's kind of gone back on his word because Curtis Jones was playing right back against Andorra, but I think he maybe likes the way Curtis Jones plays football or likes the technicality in Curtis Jones, but he definitely emphasized that I need players who are playing regular football. I'm not here on reputation. I'm not here on selecting players on their past seasons. I need players that are doing it now. Hence probably why Anthony Gordon can't get sniff in the England team. But anyway, we'll carry that conversation. Loic Bade.
Ooh, a little jab.
Have we seen much of Loic Bade, Gene?
I've not seen a lot of him. I'll be honest with you. I know you raved about him, you tweeted about him, you've spoken about him, and you rated him a few years ago at Lons.
Lons, yeah.
Lons. Obviously, I don't know how well he's done. I know there was a lot of
noise.
His career's
gone like this. It was supposed to go like this.
I was just about to say, I don't know how well he's done at Sevilla or if he's actually cracked on.
I need more information because I've not seen Loic Bade for since little clips on.
So if you haven't really heard of him, then I don't think he's good enough.
Leverkusen today, didn't he?
Yep. I don't think he's we're in for him, and I don't think he's good enough to play for us. From what I've heard, there's the Nana one mentions Diomande. They're the type of centre backs that I'd want. The Lukeba, Diomande, they're the type of ones that we should be going for. If we really want the type of Konate sort of replacements who can play in that sort of position. Diomande is highly rated. We all rate him.
But Diomande we've only seen in a 3 though as well.
Yes,
and
but I think
going
he's
back
he's
into
not
a
gonna.
2. It's not as easy as people think. And
He's going to be third choice.
Good enough.
Third choice. He'll come in. He'll take him a bit of time.
He's going to be wanting to go to the World Cup too.
Everybody is.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
What's your choice for centre back, Avi, right now? Who's your choice for the centre back position?
First and foremost, they've got to nail down Konate. TK?
Yeah.
They've got Verge now who's re-signed. I would keep Joe Gomez, and then I still believe, until we don't hear otherwise, Jarell Hato is still a target as well for that left back, centre back role. And I think with Jarell Hato, he'll be happy as that. I'll tell you why, Gene, because we don't know what's happening with Robertson or Tsimikas. 2 could go. Those 2 could both go. I know we're saying one of the 2 because Kerkez is coming in. 2 could go. So we would need cover for Kerkez, no?
Yeah, but I can't see both of them. We're not going to get rid of all these. And plus, Hato is going to be a replacement for, left back, he ain't playing. Right back, left centre back, he ain't got a pretty no chance. Yeah. I want to buy a player, Avi, that's going to cover the Konate position more than the Van Dijk position, if I'm honest, because he's the one that gets injured. He's the one that's, that has a lot more running to do. I need a player that's going to be good enough to play on the right centre back, not the left. So Hato, 17, 18-year-old playing on the left-hand side is a waste of money, if I'm honest with you right now. Because you've just signed
You wouldn't want to buy the potential, though, now.
17 years old.
If you're going to wait another year, we're going to end up paying 50, 60, or someone like Chelsea will snap him up.
But he's not proven at all. He's 70, 18 years old.
People know of the potential. Gina, people know of the potential.
Avi, my question to you is, if you have to look at the track record of what Liverpool have been doing over the last couple of years, I think 2-3 years ago, they started trying to find the next Van Dijk. Now, that's going to be difficult, but a guy who can pass the ball, good in the air, tall, commanding. So Euro was looked at, and now then Dean Huijsen. We missed out on them for obvious reasons. Surely that is still a priority for them this summer.
I think we can get away with it this season, but next season we'll have to start earmarking a successor. But Asim, Lukeba 6 foot, Hato 6 foot. People saying Diomande, Branthwaite, I think it's hard. Are these defenders that we're naming, Inacio, someone's putting in, are these players ready to take that mantle from Van Dijk? Those are big shoes to fill. That's a big personality. That's a big personality to fill. Gerrard's number 8. Naby Keita said, I wanted the number 8. We know what went wrong there. We know how that went horribly wrong. Who's the number 8
the
now?
longer we leave it, the more we will have to spend.
Yeah.
If we get that player now, we can buy a 21-year-old. We can even buy a really good 20-year-old. And then if Van Dijk packs his bags or hangs up his shoes, then we have to make sure we bring in a 70, 80, 90 million pound. We've lost Trent and the creativity of Trent. When Van Dijk leaves, we lost the aerial duel. We've lost an absolute monster. Any name, any metric you want on and off the ball, we're going to miss. So look how we're replacing Trent. We bought Frimpong, we bought Wirtz. How many players do we need for Van Dijk? We need an extra defender. We have to put an application in to play with 12 men in 2 years.
Gene, your Argentinian Cuti Romero?
Injury form.
Huh?
Come on now.
I listen. If you said to me, would you take
Cuti Romero? He's been injured. He hasn't been fucking injured for the last 2-3 years. Has he?
If you said to me you're going to sign Cuti Romero as the backup striker to Konate and Van Dijk, 100%, I say yes. 100%, yes, 100%.
He wants him as a replacement.
He's 27, 28 years old. I think it's going to be difficult for him to replace Van Dijk or thingy, but he'd be a fantastic signing for him and what's it called? He would be a lot better playing for a Liverpool team. Ange Postecoglou's Spurs have been all over the shop. The way they've been defending his tactics, all that type of stuff. So you have to give Romero, understand he's hardly had a partner. Whenever he's played, he's struggled. This season he's been injured quite a bit. So he went through a bit of a bad patch in terms of form as well. But the last couple of years, Asim, nobody can deny he's been a decent defender. He's actually been a decent defender. He loves a tackle. Yes, might have to keep on his feet a bit more. Not bad on the ball. In that sense, obviously he's not flipping Højlund level, but he's still decent enough. I would definitely take him. If you said to me we were getting him, keeping Konate, and he comes in 100%, you'd say yeah.
Have you heard of
Zach, 1 minute before you? Sorry, Asim, to interrupt. Giorgio Scalvini, give me his high. I don't know too much about the player, just the name. I've not seen any of him. But if people want to give us some facts about Giorgio Scalvini, please, you're all welcome to give us some facts about Scalvini, and I'll put them up. Go on.
I got given a name, a young centre back, 21-year-old. Have you heard of Jarell Quansah, Avi?
The Colombian.
Ecuador,
sorry.
Ecuador, yeah.
Not seen much of him.
Apparently, a lot of clubs are looking at him, Avi.
Is he the one who's on the free transfer, or was that the striker for Colombia? There was one, wasn't it? Scalvini is a PK region.
Apparently, a lot of clubs are looking at him.
Scalvini is 20, though. Joel Ordonez, I think someone did mention it in the comments, but he's got.
It must have been Ash. He's the one who gave me the name.
But if he's 20 years old, and we're getting rid of Quansah at 22, 23, imagine the pressure on the young man's shoulders at 20 years old. If he's told to do a job, if Konate or God forbid Van Dijk get injured, is that the age range we're looking for a centre back?
Now we can, Avi. If you got Ibu at the club, he signs a new contract. Van Dijk still got 2 years at the club.
What's the guarantee of that, though? Konate signs now.
I know there's no guarantee, but you told me he's done.
I don't know where you heard that.
You told me he's done about thingy. Asim is done. Ho gaya.
Yeah.
Whether you've been Avi and just joking around, maybe it was that. But let's see what happens.
I would start to worry going into June now.
About what? Konate?
Ibu, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to worry. Because the club made us worry about Van Dijk and Salah. So we should be starting to worry. We should be worrying very early. He's only got a year. He's got a year after this. He can go on a free next season. Hello.
Yeah.
He can go on a free next season.
Yeah, I know. I think he will sign. Prediction.
Big up Billy, our one of our staple members of this chat, and has made a few periodic shows. He's always turned up. He's given us his Christmas list once again, and we'll run through the Christmas list. Potential Konate backup competition: Wilfried Stingo,
look at that grammar.
Ousmane Diomande, Mario Gia, Aurélien Casanoyo, Ryan Flamingo, Jan Besset, Loic Bade,
AC Milan have asked information on Darwin Nunez.
Guala Due and Tomas.
Breaking news,
Arrojo.
boys. Breaking news.
Yep.
We'll
Tell
talk about
me.
Darwin. Yeah.
Can someone put the tweet up, please, on the thingy? Here we go from Isan. Thank you so much. New AC Milan have asked for information about Darwin Nunez, Matteo Moretti.
They can have won him on loan, I'm telling you.
And I ridiculed it. I ridiculed it in a nice way, Tucci, and I was very polite about it. You mentioned it yesterday or the day before, and I said to you no because of Santiago Gimenez. But
yes, okay, now my sauces, Avi. Okay, now my sauces. I don't do come out of ketchup or mayonnaise around here, bro.
Well, let's see.
We're doing a swap, mate, for my boy Rafael Leao. Galgar.
Someone said, man, Milan are broke as F.
Yeah, that's why we're doing a swap with Rafael Leao.
They've just sold Reinders, haven't they?
50 million.
Look, my boys are speaking. Galgar, Avi. Swap for Leao is on, mate. I'm telling you. Swap is on. Let's start talking, mate.
Speaking on the left wing positions, Asim, you sent me a clip. I had already seen it, but we sent it today. Luis Diaz's goal against Argentina. That defense was awful, but what a goal!
Who's the right back?
Molina.
Montiel, wasn't it? Montiel.
Yeah, Molina.
Fuck knows.
But
Luis Diaz scores, Asim. I'm more and more as each day passes. I'm thinking of keeping him, but give him some renewed terms. He deserves a bit of a bump. Your thoughts?
I agree. But how much does he want, Avi? Because he'll be getting Barcelona. I think obviously are giving him an increase. I think he's just got his natural boyhood dream is to play for Barcelona. Family wants to move there. The weather, everything that comes with the romance of, with Barcelona. But we hold the cards, Avi. We hold the cards. We are relaxed. We were relaxed last summer. We are relaxed this summer. If he signs a new contract, Avi, and he gets 150 grand a week, I would not be, begrudging of that. I think he deserves it. I think he's a good player. I think he gives us a variety. And the thing is, Luis Diaz could arguably be a very, very important cog. And what I mean about that, we've been talking about the striker situation. If we get priced out of Ekitike, if we get priced out of, or just get a simple no from Newcastle, then Liverpool could look at that and say, okay, we go with the Wirtz, we go with Diaz, and we go with Jota as our 3 number 9 options. And I know there's no natural striker there apart from Jota, who can't stay fit. But this club has done it before, Avi, where if they don't get their number 1 option, they're fine to sit with it. We've just won the league. And if you add Wirtz to Jota and thingy, I can look at it. I can see them doing it if they are forced to do it. We're 100% looking for a striker, but our hands might be forced and just simply wait another 12 months. I still would be concerned because I really want a natural striker, especially when you've got Salah and Wirtz. But I can see that happening. And I think someone makes an important point here. Ekitike rumors are out. Vansh, thank you very much for that. They are circulating. I think it was Ben Jacobs who we're bringing on the show next week. So stay tuned for that. But let's see what happens with Ekitike. Maybe when we get these 2 deals over the line, then we get some probably a week or 2 period of time where we recoup some money. And then I think there'll be part 2 of the Liverpool transfer season when it comes to incomings. And they'll probably get 2 more.
Just on this news that he's talking about Ben Jacobs, Zach goes, Chelsea do hold an interest in Ekitike, but I think it's Liverpool who are really there. Chelsea were never as advanced as people said. This was Ben Jacobs via Kings of the Bridge on a playback stream. Your thoughts,
yeah, I saw that earlier before we came onto the chat. And I think there was news a couple of days ago that I mentioned that Ekitike, although Chelsea have put in a bid, have shown real interest, he's actually holding out right now and he wants to take his time regarding his next move. That was a sign for me that I think Liverpool are already at the table and they've told him hold fire. In a sense of hold fire, we're going to see what we can do with our forwards in terms of getting rid, and then we can make a move. I think Liverpool will, if Isak is no way gonna happen, I think we will make a move for Ekitike. All the signs are pointing towards him. The signs are pointing towards that. You know what? We are making a move. Little stuff like this is pushing us towards us, showing real interest in the player. So I'm confident that we're going to bring in a 9. That's one thing. We cannot go into the season without bringing in a 9. I can't accept that. For me, it's unacceptable.
Gene, we said it was 9. We said yesterday it was Isaac or bust. Now you're saying that we will bring in a 9. So my question to you is, if Isaac is definitely out of the question, and Newcastle say no matter how much you give us this season, 150, 160 million, Pulija, you're not going to get him. Do we then go and get an Ekitike then?
At the right price. If you said to me, 90 million, if you said to me 90 million quid,
there will not be a right price.
There will be a right price.
No, if
there will be a price, meaning the Frankfurt are going to look. In terms of the market, we know it's such that there's not many 9s out there. So of course they're gonna have to pay premium, but that premium isn't 90 million quid what they're demanding. They're on cloud cuckoo if they think they're gonna receive 90 million for any team, from any team.
If Frankfurt know that we're already planning to spend big on Isaac and we've been rebuffed for Isaac, they will take us to the cleaners then, no?
They won't take us to the cleaners because I think, look, right now they're going to demand stupid fees. It's the start of the window, yard. They're going to demand crazy 80, 90 million pound fees. Okay. But I think towards the end of the window, a month to the window, I think a 65, 70 million pound bid, including add-ons, they accept. Because I think he's the type of player, Avi, that I think will push for a Liverpool move.
How much?
If he's already telling Frank, if he's already telling chill out to Chelsea, chill out to, I think he really wants this 9 move. He really wants Liverpool over thingy, and if he has to play the game a little bit, I think he would. People are mentioning, would I take him for 90 million? No, I wouldn't. If he was the only chance at 90 million, it's a lot of money, and I simply can't take that risk. We took that risk with Darwin Nunez. It didn't work. If he was 90, then I would say people are mentioning I would go flip and spend put another 30, 40 million in and go for the big boys. That's way too much money.
Asim Selection saying that Frankfurt have always
You're not a fan of any forward, Asim. You're not a fan of you Alvarez is half the player Isak is. So you're only saying Isak or bust.
No, if I had 60 million, 65 million.
Hold on, Jinxie, if you're gonna spam the chat.
What's so good about you're gonna say Cesco?
Boys, hold on.
No, I'm not
Jinxie, if you're gonna spam the chat, and I'm saying this very politely and respectfully today, I'm not gonna.
Who are you talking to now?
If you keep spamming the account, Jinxie, I will not put your comment up, and I will ban you from the channel. Believe you me, I'll ban you.
Who are you talking to?
Because you're being an irritating absolute pleb. Yeah, I'm not even going to say his name anymore. Don't give him that satisfaction. Say it once. I will definitely put your comment up, but be a bit respectful. Yeah, thank you. Asim, I know Ekitike, you're finishing. Please carry on.
Gene, if I had 60,
I've got runny nose now. Hold on.
Gene, if I had 60, oh bloody yeah, put yourself on mute at least. We're gonna all hear is snot. Let me put him mute. He's gone to mute. Gene, if I had 65 million in my hand, and it's the only 65 million that we had, and I know he's 26, 27, but I would prefer going for Kerkez over Ekitike right now. Different. I missed
the bomber. What was it?
I said I would prefer Kerkez over Ekitike right now for 60, 65 million pounds, just because I think he's a better finisher, and I think that the bringing the elite playmaking and creativity of Wirtz will diminish the need for a facilitator up top who always needs to drop on that left channel and pocket and connect. I would prefer that. I'm concerned about Ekitike's finishing, and that's not me. I think the stats don't lie as well. Gene doesn't seem to be convinced.
I'm not look. Kerkez.
Why aren't you a Kerkez fan?
I'm not a Kerkez fan of it. I think he's a decent player. I don't think he's. People will come to me. People will. That's Avi. He's just a. He's.
Power and pace.
It's
man.
hard to me to explain him because you're gonna come with me with stats, and that's generally what I say. Look, 21 in 44, 22 in 34. And I come up with Nico Williams stat, no goals in his career, probably 5 in his life. That's what Nico Williams has done. But when I come with you for Gordon or anybody, I bring up the stats. But when I look at Gyökeres, Asim, I don't really see anything. He's a bit of a powerful runner. Takes a few extra touches. Dalla Marishwarna got a decent strike on him. Dijk, yeah.
So isn't Haaland's game limited? Then?
Okay, Fabrizio Gyökeres treat.
Isn't Haaland?
He's probably going to Man United now.
Isn't Haaland limited?
On Gyökeres.
No, Gina, isn't Haaland limited?
Haaland.
Yeah, isn't he limited?
Limited. What do you mean?
What's this, man? What's this, Asim? What are you doing?
I wanted to show you, but I can't. Mohammed, you sent me this graphic, but you need to flip it, man.
Avi, I genuinely believe,
and you might when you say limited and this and that, Haaland is very limited, but he's a goal scorer. He's a poacher. Don't we need to hit Gyökeres to do the same?
Avi, come on, bro. Yotto. This guy is arguably one of the best finishes we've flipping ever seen. One of the best finish. Haaland's probably one of the best finishes we've ever seen, going by his numbers and stuff. Gyökeres is 27 years old. He's had a couple of good seasons in bloody Portugal and one in the championship.
Let's try to get this.
He's coming for both of us today, Jay.
No. Let's try to get this on. So we're gonna. How do we rotate this now?
Avi, Asim, just get the photo, take a screenshot, go on your phone and upload it or send me it.
Yeah, or present it.
I'm gonna send you it.
Don't make a mockery of our channel, okay? So embarrassing as it is.
Avi, he just
got you
doesn't.
for that.
But I tell you one, Avi, and I'll tell you why I do see traits of Isak in Ekitike.
Yeah,
I do see it.
Wow.
And I think I'm not saying he's Isak, but I see traits in him. And I think there is a level that he can reach in a couple of years' time where he'll be elite.
So this is just hold on.
Ekitike.
This is
Ekitike has traits of Isak in him.
Hold that. Oh, listen. Don't
remove it, man. Why are you removing
it?
it?
Situation between Victor Gyökeres and
keep on
Sporting.
talking.
Despite previous pact for exit worth fee around 65 million euros with add-ons, Sporting president insists on higher fee. This is what gets us unsubscribers because of your lack of IT knowledge.
I did right click. I'm sorry.
Okay, forget. He's actually gone out of the stream. I want to ask him that you think that Ekitike has the potential to be. No, it's okay. We don't need you tonight.
Why did you choke me?
No, I didn't. Because somebody didn't cure. I didn't cure.
Okay.
I think. Okay, Asim. He says he has all the hallmarkings of becoming an Isaac in a season or two.
I think he has a high ceiling. I think he has. Look, Isak is that.
I think Cesco has a higher ceiling than Ekitike.
Who?
Cesco has a higher ceiling than Ekitike.
You're right. That's you. You can think that. I don't.
He's really raw at the moment. No doubt about that.
More than raw, bro. He's not as fucking. Ekitike has shown me enough in his game than Cesco was. I tell you that now.
He's raw as my backside for an Indian curry. That's how raw he is.
I think he's got. I think and.
Asim, but this guy's name keeps coming.
Oh, yeah, how Bilal Cesco is a monster. Cesco is no monster. Edda monster around the whole of world football will be after him. Cesco is a monster. What you on about, monster? Yeah, monster. Yeah, what monster?
Arsenal going for him, Gene. Yeah,
the whole world will be after him, man. There's no after him. He was that good. He was one of the best strikers in the world. They will be. Yeah, one team's gone after him. He's a decent player. TK is not that. If it was that good, we'd be going for him.
No, because Gene, he's only young. He's 21.
Yeah, they make him out as a monster. He's decent. You don't make him out to be Isak Alvarez level, bro. I don't like, it's something.
He's not Isak Alvarez. He's not.
Obviously, he's not.
Gene.
Selection Alvarez.
Walter Mede is a pound-lang crouch. And I think
he's more of a glider. He's more of a glider than Crouch was. He can actually run with the ball.
Glider. To call Walter Mede,
he's got a bit more.
No, have you seen him run with the ball? He's got.
That is just. You call Ryan Gravenberg a glider, not a bloody Walter Mede. Leave the profile into me, please. Tika, you send me the name, I'll profile it for you. But you don't call Walter Mede whatever he is called Walter Mede.
Oh, and by the way, Buffalo Soldier, yeah. I know who you are. So let's calm down a little bit. Go to sleep, Putter. I don't know. I know which time zone you're in. Let's go to sleep now. Come on. Be a good lad for me. Go on.
क्या कर सकते हैं?
Anyway,
Okay, Asim.
Breaking news. I've been sent the image again. But carry on.
Isaac or Ekitike or Cesco if you have to make a decision this summer.
Ooh. Right now, this summer, I'd probably go for Cesco. I'll go for Cesco. He's not going to go for Cesco after the
obviously, I'm more of an Ekitike.
Why do you like Ekitike, Gene? Tell me.
I just like him. I've just got this every time I see him, Asim, yeah. Wait. Just because you want me to give you some sort of analytical bullshit. I don't need to give you no analytical bullshit.
I want you to give me more than I want you to give me more than
I see him and I see, you know what, this guy's got potential, he's got pace, he can go past the player. Okay. His link-up plays a lot better. And you know, I don't think
he's quick. I think he got recorded as
he's quicker than flipping.
Go on, Jazzy.
He got recorded as the 37th fastest player in the Bundesliga.
I think he's quicker than Cesco. Cesco isn't exactly the quickest.
Someone can easily find out.
What's Cesco got? No. What's Cesco got? What has you seen in Cesco?
I think what I call Cesco when I watch him, he's raw. To be fair to him, you know what? Cesco has got a bit of Darwin Nunez in him, in where he tries to shoot from everywhere. No. But when he gets a chance, Gene, in the box, his conversion rate is really good. And that's for me where you measure a footballer in terms of high ceiling. When he gets a good quality chance, Gene, the stats tell me, look, I'm not going to lie. I watch him every week.
I know.
I don't. But I have to go to the numbers a bit. And that tells me a player's got a high ceiling. Where his conversion rate, it tells me that you've got composure when it really matters. So that's what I mean. That's what.
Look, I haven't seen that much of Cesco, but from what I've seen him, I saw him at the Euros, yeah, and a few games for thingy. He didn't show me anything that I thought, you know what, this guy's gonna have something about him. I'll be straight with you. Yeah, but when I've seen Ekitike a few times, obviously Spurs game, a couple of times. I know his second game was a bit quiet, but generally, I just feel like. I don't know, but generally speaking, I think he's got a bit more. Cesco moves like a Cesco, Ekitike, Kerkez. There's always going to be going on.
Now we're talking. Mark Foster, Lois Openda. We've spoken about him. No, but he's versatile. He covers left.
He is versatile. Openda, how tall is he?
He's 5'10".
He's a bit of Xavi.
Huh?
He's about 4'5".
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry. Data protection.
Let's have a bit of decorum. Come on, guys. We're losing.
You're right. 6
I'll be telling us to behave. Flipping us in the end of the world. I'm telling you.
So right now, you're saying Ekitike. If I had to choose,
Evan Ferguson.
No. Between the two. Let's be fair. Between the two. I'm sorry, Gene. I would have to kind of sway with Asim with Cesco.
Why?
Have you seen much?
I think Cesco's got more to his game right now.
I don't know.
Elaborate.
Yeri mari gaya. That, you know what, I can say that and get away with it.
Cesco's quick. No, Cesco for his frame is very quick. Cesco for his frame is quick.
Super chance in a bit, Avi, yeah?
Let's do him now. Uncle Rog TV, thank you, Uncle, for tuning in. Big up BNR. Enough love and respect. It's Friday, Florian. That's not the German. I don't believe that's the German flag, though.
That's Belgium, isn't it?
Belgian flag. Come on, Uncle. You know what's wrong with you? Ryan always put him up, regardless whether he gives a super chat or not, because he's a big contributor.
Big up.
Fabrizio went too early.
What do you think of this, Avi?
No, I think Fabrizio.
It's a bit of a fallout today, you know. A lot of the journalists are pissed off.
I think he's ahead of the game, and I think it will break that we've got Florian Wirtz. And maybe he's just done it for the traction. Is he verified on Twitter?
Who?
Fabrizio. He must be. He's got the blue tick, isn't he?
And the lad has probably got about 50.
At this rate, there's only one person who hasn't got the blue tick, but that's fine.
The blue chip.
I think you would have earned about maybe $1,000 off his tweets alone yesterday. So maybe that's what it could be. Like I said,
Oh yeah, please. Why have you got it in your head that people are making millions because they've got a bloody blue tick?
Avi, yeah, just because you want traction, it doesn't mean I need to lie about ITK stuff. Doesn't mean others do.
I promise you that Fabrizio tweet alone yesterday would have made him up to $500.
He might have done.
Well, that's
But
what
he's not
I mean.
going to make
He's gone
shelf
early.
for
That's why he's
500
gone
quid.
early.
No.
Okay.
Look.
Ali, listen, I told you before, don't waste too much money. You're still a student, yeah? Save that money. Lads, thoughts on Trent 12, laughing my ass off, brand tomorrow. I don't care. I heard about that. He just wants the Trent 12 shirt. He doesn't want to use Alexander Arnold. It's up to him. I don't care. Do you guys care much?
I don't give a shit about him. It's all about the brand, isn't it?
I just want my thingy, man. I just want Florian to flipping sign. I don't give a shit about my man. Move on.
There is
why are we still obsessed? The guy's in a white shirt now.
Move on,
No better.
Exactly. Move on.
Oh, come on, yeah. You have to appreciate Ali's super chat, don't it? We have to.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is we should know better.
Vanch, Bajaj, Stasin as backup or to groom. Vanch, I want you to do this over the course of the season. If you stick with us, hopefully you don't unsubscribe and hate us. Throughout the season, you have been assigned now as Stasin a scout. So you will give us reports week in, week out when the French league starts again to see what and tell us on the comment with a little paragraph of what he's doing week in and week out for Saint Etienne. So you have been assigned, sir, Vanch Bajaj. Remember his name now, boys. Mr. Bajaj Saab.
He's a good lad, man.
How do you know he's a good lad? Have you met him?
Asim, where's this graphic? Because he always gives me props.
Where's the graphic?
Comments,
Boys,
where's this graphic,
I think have I got it. We're on Ekitike 2 PDF. Anje. This is the first time I'm looking at it, by the way. So don't expect a bloody big monologue on it. So,
Anje, Gina, look at this. Al Faki. Openda, 34 goal assists involvement in 34 games in 23-24 season. Come on, Gina. Let's talk about Anthony Gordon now, brother.
Oh, can you remove that comment, please?
So that's about 20 more than your boy.
So what is this? Finishing ability. TK at the bottom. Shot frequency. Gene, have you seen where thingy is?
Obviously, Asim, you know you miss penalties, man. This
probably won't be it'll probably be non-penalty stats.
Asim, can you please explain this to people like me who were college dropouts of exactly what I'm supposed to be seeing?
You're not, Claude. You went to private school, mate.
But can you
should be explaining this to me.
Can you just explain this to me, please?
It's self-explanatory. Shot frequency, how many times he shoots per 90, and then finishing ability. So these guys here, look where my cursor is. Kerkez here. Shot frequency isn't the most, but finishing ability is one of the best. Chris Wood, conversion rate, he had about 11 chances, got about 13 goals, if that makes sense. Harry Kane, Mateus Cunha. So
why we got players like Dominic Calvert-Lewin? How old is this chart?
Where?
Look, we got Dominic Calvert-Lewin here.
Plays though.
Yeah, he's been injured this season.
Yeah, but it's probably per 90 stats. I can't see any little caption. But
Garassi,
it's via FBF. It's via FBRF. Well, we don't need to look at all those players, man. We just look. He highlighted Hugo Ekitike here. So this is what I think.
I'm impressed by Garassi at 29 at Dortmund, scoring goals. Jonathan Burkhardt.
You know when you need to like blow your nose, at least go on mute, at least, man.
Sorry.
Thank you. Look, he's putting people off. I'm only joking. Yeah. Thank you very much for sending that through. But I can't see any.
Can we get in HD next time, please?
Yeah, of course.
That's what I'm reading.
Who's Phil Harris?
Adam Hoslak, who was at Leverkusen. Lois Openda was there as well.
Was he?
Very good. Yeah, Lois Openda was there. Look. Where
Muhammad Salah, where Jamie Gittins, where Brian Wemo,
underneath Mateta, underneath Welbeck, Lois Openda.
Kai Havertz, bloody hell. You good Ekitike must be a shite finisher if Kai Havertz is ahead of you. You change your mind? You're on mute.
So Asim, just to confirm, the players on the
right
are
Benjamin Cesco, Angie.
I watch with football with my eyes. I watch football with my eyes, Asim.
yeah, surely
Trust
this
me.
it
No,
gives you
man. I'm
some
telling
sort
you.
Asim, I
of
can't even
potential.
read his names though. Look,
Yeah,
honestly, I
us
can't.
mufte na page. Yeah, tu kasme.
But
Anthony
this-
Gordon, boys. Anthony Gordon.
Where's Luis
Where's
Diaz?
Luis Diaz.
Oh, come on, we got players like Tyler Dibbling here, man. For
Oh,
fuck's sake,
Luis
we got, like,
Diaz is here.
Wait,
Luis
did
Diaz is
they?
here.
We got like Tyler Dibbling who scored 2 league goals last
Avi,
season.
where's
What
Avi?
is this?
Oi, wait. Where's Avi's boy?
Who?
He wasn't even good enough to make the fucking chart.
Who?
That
Nico
Nico
Williams.
Williams.
Where's
Oh,
Anthony
what's that?
Gordon? Where's Anthony Gordon?
Gordon's here. Gordon's here. I can see Anthony Gordon.
Anthony
somewhere.
Gordon's there. Anthony Gordon's there.
Finishing. Yeah. Avi, find your boy, man. Oh,
Yeah, he's
what's
there.
that?
Look, Nico Williams
Where?
is there. Look,
Where?
0.1 to 0.22. There he is.
Where? He's chatting.
But no,
He's
Benjamin Cesco's name's covered it. Benjamin Cesco's name's covered it.
Like,
He's chatting. Yeah.
He hasn't scored that many goals to get
Muhammad
there.
Salah. Oh, he's removed it.
Couldn't
It's
read
not
it.
even on the list.
I couldn't fucking read it. I couldn't read it.
Avi is Prem and Bundesliga, by the way. Your guy wasn't on there.
It's Prem and Bundesliga. TK.
No, we
That makes-
appreciate that. Was it Mo? You said Mo sent it to you?
More
Respect
Mohammed.
him
No,
more.
we
Respect
appreciate
him more.
that. We appreciate that. No, all honesty, we appreciate that. Anything else to cover? Florian Wirtz. Last but not
Angie.
least, a quick chat about him. Don't want to bore the subscribers.
Avi,
Asim-
can you ask the people to like and subscribe, please?
I'm sick today. Can you do it, please? I've got some mic sore throat.
I do it on a daily basis. People, there's
Tina
still
do.
over 700 people here. It's 11:45 on a Wednesday night. Smash a like. I had a look at the video from the morning, and there was about 800 people watching live, and I think I saw about 134 likes. Come on, people. That's just simply not good enough. We're live 2-3 times a day at the moment. Throughout the summer, we continue to give you, content after content. Just grab your cursors, move your finger to the like button, and smash that like and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't.
Wait, what the bloody hell's all this?
There you go. There you go.
226 and there's 770. Come on, man. That's crazy. We should be on at least 400. Honestly, there's 717 watching. We should be on at least 400.
If
Come
we
on,
get
let's get
500
these.
if we get 500 likes before the stream, I'll go on a sabbatical. I think that's why we don't get the likes.
Yeah.
Of the...
By the way, I got our title. Because we do get accused of being clickbait, this and that. The title is medical ? Florian Friday. Sorry, I got told there is no medical booked tomorrow for Florian Wirtz. So plane trackers and all that sort of stuff, just close your tabs because there's no medical booked for tomorrow.
Yeah, but what if, agreement tomorrow?
I can see
Medical
agreement.
Friday.
I can.
Maybe.
Yeah. And then do you think Liverpool could announce something on Saturday, or do they just like have a day off?
I think generally we never really announce it. Friday is generally our announcement day.
They announced the
Juma
Fabinho deal.
Mubarak.
They announced the Fabinho deal on the Sunday, the day after the Kiev.
Sunday.
Day after Kiev, on it.
Yeah, I can't. I can't see a medical booked and stuff like that, because there's.
But Asim, are we talking the next 72 hours? They should be wrapped up.
Of course. Apparently, there's some tweets going around. Ali just messaged me as well. That there'll be an agreement tomorrow, official.
That's when Maza hijack tomorrow agreement. Liverpool take over the Twitter world, and actually I don't want to mention his name, but tomorrow has to be all about words all over Twitter.
You know what? It's a good shout.
Tallo, yes.
Trent does get announced tomorrow, doesn't he, Avi?
That's why I didn't want to say his name. So we want to tell it tomorrow.
I might be even going to one of the games at the Pasadena Stadium to go and watch him.
Oh, Avi, just bloody. Can I answer this question?
Yeah. Sorry,
Finally, we can answer it. When do you think we get an official agreement? Tomorrow. That was easy.
Khatam karo. What? No. Vanshi goes.
Sorry.
Yeah, what are you doing, isn't it? Khatam karo worse the come. That's true. Let's just get it over the line. It's getting boring now. Yusuf M, let me know when you're in SoCal. Yusuf, I have got some tickets for the Club World Cup. There's no games in San Francisco, unfortunately, but someone said that they've got tickets for the Real Madrid game. I might go and watch them.
Just on Ekitike again, guys. Ali just messaged me saying, Asim, remember, Ekitike has a 20% sell-on clause with PSG. That's why Frankfurt won the dollar.
Yeah, he does. They do.
20%.
But the last time they sold a striker, Luka Jovic, we know what he ended up doing. Nothing. Isaac, not Alexander Isaac, but you've sent us a kind super chat. Please let us know what the comment was, and we'll read it out.
Avi, look at this, man. Look at the messages we're getting. What are you doing, man?
Oh, God, I'm sick. Yeah, what can I do? Gina, you should be hosting. You know that today, but you didn't want to host.
No, but I didn't know you were like this.
Are you surprised we only
yourself
go
a mute?
Are you surprised we only go?
I'm not picking my nose. I'm just putting this on the side. I'm not fucking going up my nose. I'm on my nostrils and sticking out boogers out. Am I? Ismail Akram, not fully related. Avi, not fully related. Who's winning the F1 title? Well, hold on. It's a super chat, man. What's wrong with you? And I want this super chat as well for myself.
I didn't put that down.
I want this. I'm gonna retweet a tweet from 2 years ago where I predicted
here we
Oscar
go.
Piastri would win it very soon.
Is he ahead?
And I'm going with Oscar Piastri, just a brilliant Australian driver. Yeah, he's brilliant. It'll be great for him. They've had Ricardo before, Mark Webber, all been shit Australian drivers. This guy Piastri.
What does he drive?
He drives for McLaren.
Okay. Yeah. Are you a Hamilton fan or?
I was a big Michael Schumacher fan. So much so that I'm actually covering the middle part of a Michael Schumacher picture.
Yeah, but you were a big Hamilton fan in as well. Remember, you were
I
crying.
like Lewis. I like
you were
Lewis.
proper. You was proper crying. You know when you got done over in that F1
I think that's
final.
the first. That was the first time
crying.
That's the first time that we actually all got really close and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Me and him, I loved him.
Avi, just a quickly last question: who's the GOAT? Schumacher and Senna.
Michael Schumacher. What Schumacher did was unprecedented. Senna was
who's the best driver?
Senna was slightly before my age, but I saw enough of Senna.
Who's the best driver?
Schumacher in the wets, you can't beat him. Schumacher in '96 in Belgium, Spa, when it was raining, he started on 17th at the grid Asim. He went to win it. There's no one like Michael Schumacher, and he did everything to win as well. Was dirty at times.
A lot of Senna shouts, you know.
People will say Senna. Senna was quick. Senna got the best out. Senna
Nigel Mansell and go on, shite.
I hate on Senna.
You laugh at Nigel Mansell. You know what
Mansell, yeah, but he's not.
No. You laugh at Mansell, but what he did, he went to IndyCar, won the championship at IndyCar 500, went to the American version of Formula One, came back to Formula One and won it with Williams, I believe, or McLaren. So he did a back-to-back sort of thing. Jacques Villeneuve nearly did it in '95. He didn't do it, but Jacques Villeneuve won the championship again in '96.
He did. For Renault.
Coulthard was good. David.
He was shit, man.
Come on. He was a good running partner.
He was standard.
He was a good running partner.
You're talking about goats and you're mentioning Coulthard.
Oh yeah, he's a good running partner. A lot of people will say Senna, but for me it was
Senna, man. Senna was goat.
Maldonado, faster. He's a dangerous driver as well, Maldonado. Wow, some people know.
Avi, what was that? Senna was going out with that French guy.
Rubens Barrichello, Anjay.
What was that guy that Senna used to go out with? That flipping French guy.
Sir Alain Prost. He won it 4 times too. Alain Prost. He won it 4 times too.
Alain Prost.
Alonso.
Nelson Piquet. Yeah.
It was Prost.
Alonso won it only twice. With Benetton. All is a good driver.
Yeah, Alonso was a really good driver though.
He's
actually a decent driver.
How many has Verstappen on now? 4, 5?
4.
Verstappen's a good driver.
Vettel was good. Sebastian Vettel. You can't deny Vettel.
Sebastian Vettel. I tell you who's quick.
Yeah, I was a Vettel fan.
I tell you who's quick.
I could never spot Hamilton, by the way. I could never spot Hamilton.
No, I love Lewis.
I don't know. It's just one of them things. I was obviously because I grew up. I was a Senna fan and never.
I know why Keen don't like him, but I'm not gonna say it.
Who?
I know. But I know you. I know your work inside out.
Yeah, this guy.
I tell you who the quickest driver was.
Mick Häkkinen. Oh yeah.
Mick Häkkinen was
Raikkonen
won it with Ferrari. Yeah.
He was quick, you know. He was yeah.
Quickest driver in the world, I believe. Asim, in terms of Formula One, was surprisingly Juan Pablo Montoya. He clocked.
Pagal, man. He was a Pagal driver.
He was a good driver.
Montoya, he was a nutcase.
Jack Villeneuve.
Always had a spot for Jacques Villeneuve. His dad was Gilles Villeneuve, was a driver too.
Yeah.
Raikkonen was the best driver. Lucky na. Billy knows, bro.
He wasn't the best driver. He was good.
He was quick. He was quick.
Kimi.
What about
Latifi's the
great-
Where's
great
haram.
David-
This fucking
David
haram.
Hill?
Latifi's the one who
What-
cost Lewis Hamilton. He cost Lewis Hamilton that ninth title against when Verstappen done him over in Qatar or Abu Dhabi. Because of his car, they had to do the restart in emergency bloody safety
Oh,
car.
Mr. Damon Hill.
Damon was good. Damon was okay. He won the title.
He won the title, didn't he?
Yeah, oh, with that flip, yeah, because that diffuser year. Remember them diffusers came?
So Jensen Button, that was Button.
Yeah, Jensen
That was
Button.
Jensen
Button,
Button.
remember Button, bro? That was
He won-
crazy,
he won
man.
the first
I'll
6
never
races.
forget that diffuser
Yeah.
year.
Oh,
the
Felipe
first
Massa, he used to with the Ferrari,
Massa,
wasn't he?
yeah, Jensen,
He was
yeah.
unlucky. The year that Lewis won his first title, Massa should have won it, to be honest.
You should have.
In Brazil, in Interlagos. Well, this is great. Nice to see that we can always switch it up. But Damon Hill, yeah, Damon was a good looking bastard. Even now, man, he's got that grey hair. He looks good. Jensen was a bit of a playboy.
Duran going out on loan. Where's he going out on loan? Sorry, I'm reading
Al
reports
Nassr
about Duran going on loan.
Al Nassr won Nunez.
Yep, this was in Spa, Belgium, Harish. Then he
Yes,
went back
I
into
remember
it.
that. They nearly had a proper talla.
I didn't know you watch Formula 1 as well.
Yeah, I was such a die-hard Senna fan that I know what it says on Senna's grave. I was a no-K Senna fan back in the days. He was the GOAT. Then obviously Marigia, we wasn't the same, after that. I didn't watch
It took
it
a
for
bit of
a little
time to
while.
get back into it.
I was only flipping, 12 then,
Are you sure you were 12?
Obviously, Javier, I was a proper Formula 1 fan.
Ajay!
Yeah, I saw
Oh,
this.
yeah.
I saw this today. Why are Arsenal looking for a move for Jarell Quansah? I just don't understand it. They've got Gabriel, they've got Calafiori,
Timber that can play there.
Timber can play left back.
Lewis Kelly.
Why? I just don't understand.
It could just be hot air.
Yeah, obviously.
Hot air. Chalo yaar, shoro yaar. Good show. Sorry guys, look, I do apologize if I wasn't picking my nose. I was pressing this on my nose. I do apologize. I had to be on the show today. I will get better. Hopefully, I'll be back on Friday, I believe. Friday. Anything else, lads? Are we good?
We're good. Who's doing Transfer Daily tomorrow?
It's me.
Don't ask me.
Have you
Me-
come on?
me.
You need to come.
Well, how can I do one at 4:00 in the morning, man? Are you mad?
I'm sure you'll be on Twitter somehow.
BV's already sending me the papers, man. You know what I mean?
Last question, boys. Hijack Pedro. Yes or no?
Hijack Pedro. What? Jao Pedro?
Yeah. No. A no from me.
No
Avi?
from me. No from me.
Right, that's the last question.
Zach Ardwan Alvarez.
Avi, who do you honestly want?
Ardwan Alvarez. I rate Isaac though. Very hard.
Avi, if I know, look, recency bias, and you already love an affection for Wirtz. At the start of the summer, if you had a choice between Isak and Wirtz, be honest, who would you have picked?
Isaac.
Gene?
If I had a choice, I didn't have a choice. Florian Wirtz.
Asim.
Florian Wirtz. Florian Wirtz. Get them both. Chalo, let's do one, man.
Good show. I enjoyed that today. Mixed it up. It was nice. It was good. We like to wrap up. And you know what? Sometimes we should just go live to let the people know in the comments what we do backstage.
All right, I know you've been watching Overlap.
How we
Sick.
settle in. No, how we settle in. How we
I
just
know
do
you've been watching Overlap.
a normal gup shop.
We'd get demonetized straight away with the stuff and the rubbish that you come out with backstage.
Some of the language that gets used, yeah, but I think sometimes it's good. But look, without your support, guys, we wouldn't be where we are. We hope to hit 20k, but 15k is the target soon. So please like and subscribe. Without your support, there's not, this is not the, we wouldn't be able to bring you the entertainment, the football facts, the threads, the tactico, the Gina outbursts, my bombers. You wouldn't be without your support. We wouldn't be where we are. So thank you so much. And yeah, please continue to like and subscribe, share the word, share it amongst your friends, family, and whoever's a big Liverpool fan, whoever's a football fan. We can talk about other clubs as well anytime. But yeah, guys, this has been Born and Red, over and out, and we shall see you tomorrow for the Transfer Daily hosted by our very own G.